Am I playing a Highlander game? I do. Do I look like I'm built like a Highlander to you? When I look at this stupid, ridiculous, puny little body, I say, you must be crazy. There's no way I can win the Highlander movie and TV series game. I can't help you out. I got little puny arms. And people often do I have man boobs or not? But really, if I sit flat, no, I don't. Man belt boobs happen if you consciously roll your shoulders forward or something. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of sitting up. I just don't want to show you my man boobs or anything. Because George Costanza had to get a man bra or something, a man bra. I don't know. So am I playing that? No. I never signed up to play Highlander. I did see the TV shows, but there's a million different things you can play in TV shows. But the Devils did bring it up. If there is indeed an undeclared Highlander game going on that you cannot you're forced to play. Everyone is forced to play Highlander. There's no, it's just, you gotta play. Because you're in the game and you're gonna play. So if that's a situation where it's imposed upon me, the Highlander game, well, I'm a loser, baby. I'm really I'm so slight. So am I a mage? No. If I say I'm the warlock, it's not me, it's the archetype of warlock from human psyche. Everyone has access to the same thing. And if any warlocking goes on, I haven't done any warlocking. No. If there's any warlocking magic going on, then it's the human archetype of the warlock that is doing it through everyone, because every human person and probably other species has access to source fields where the warlock is. Is the warlock independent of all of us? Yes and no. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just that you do. Over there, I've got my T-shirt with the peace symbol on it. And I wear it, because I really prefer no violence whatsoever. But if there is active armed forces conflict going on in Ukraine, I'm calling it fake news. But if you insist, for the sake of this stupid Highlander game, that is an example of actual warfare going on today, then what is my strategy to be the Highlander? Well, the Devils have already told you, so I'm not going to talk. Because they just told you. I heard it. Didn't you all hear it? The words that I heard are, well, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to say them because I get this hijacked. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Because I don't do anything. Because they're trying to say I'm doing healing. I'm a healer and I'm going to win Highlander game by healing. I'm not doing anything. Do I look like I'm doing something right now other than talking? Here's my hand. I'm here. I don't know. Does it look like I'm plotting to take over the world? Mrs. Pindar, Mr. Pindar, and Brett Beeson the Devil, and I had a round table discussion. Now, I'm the only one who's a Lord of the Light, and the other ones are all Lords of Darkness. Evil, karmic lords, lords of cruelty. Anyways, we went around for hours, I think, one day. And other than Brent Beeson, who won't offer his opinion, Mr. Pindar and Mrs. Pindar and I'm going to give a convincing argument to Rabisa. Was Rumpelstiltskin on this one? I can't remember. Anyways, all of us agreed that wanting to rule humanity is the most unpleasant thing that either the Lords of Cruelty or me, they call me the Lord of Light, nobody wants to rule you dumb bunnies, was what we came up with. All of us. We all said, you're so fucking stupid that it is an unbelievable hassle to lead you with love and light or to whip you with Jacob Marley's chains, Scrooge. Because the Lords of Darkness say you fucking muggles are impossible to rule. Well, I know, but they don't rule you. They don't want to interact with you. The Lords of Darkness, no, because you're muggles. You're muggles and you're impossibly fuck-faced. The Lords of Darkness look at you and they say, we don't want. Like, they're forced to rule this planet because they're, it's the evil empire out there in the Milky Way galaxy. And that's who they are. They belong to the evil empire. But this is not a good assignment if you want to be proconsul, which is like a governor of a world. Because humans are impossibly fuck-faced. They're impossibly narcissistic. And they do stupid things like jackass. Jackass is celebrated. And Lords of Darkness can't understand that. They can't understand human stupidity for entertainment purposes. Because it takes away their whole raison d'etre. Because they try and do Monsters, Inc. to me. And they can't do Monsters, Inc. to me. Many different characters come through the remote, what is this thing called now? RLM. We think it's a brand name in competition with Dr. Evil. 2 different manufacturers of remote neural monitoring torture device. Remote monitoring. It's sensate. If you want to go and electronically see through someone else's eyes, your neighbor 3 doors down, I don't know, you dial it all in. I don't know I don't have one. But this is, I don't know. Somehow, you connect to it, and then you can see through somebody else's eyes. And I never signed up for that. So it's, I don't know, what would you call that? It's complete, I don't know, electronic possession. It's demonic possession by electronic means. Because not only do they see out through whatever I see, but they herky-jerky my body around and all that stuff. It's just a horrible electronic harassment. So, if I'm playing the Highlander game because they're getting me to talk about this, can I win the Highlander game by being the silent witness? Only time will tell. Because one way or another, that's what I am. You're going to say, well, if you're the silent witness, how come you're talking? And the answer is, the original person is still in this body. No. I'm still here. Well, I don't know. It seems to be located up here in the silent witness spot. And this person can still feel the body, but let go of control of the body to the muscle memory of the body spirit itself. As per instructions of spiritual teacher Matt Kahn, Kahn. And the lecture is stopping the internal conflict on his YouTube. So, and this was written about probably by David R. Hawkins, spiritual teacher, or maybe somebody else who said, yeah, that's the worst thing of all is when you live on planet Earth and you do your internal work to ditch your ego by whatever various means, but in the end, surrendering it up. That's what they usually say, maybe Roman Catholicism, to God, I guess. Your soul. Because if you surrender to God, then it's the Simpson Sky God, and don't do that. No, it's your soul that is, it comes through your heart. When you're not just one moment of real love, authentic love, higher love, agape love, authentic. If Jesus was real, and if the story really was real, R-E-A-L, then wouldn't you say that he had love? If you don't, then you don't understand the book. And that's why the Lords of Darkness look at you, stupid fucking muggles. Because you just did it. You did it because the Lords of Darkness are here, and they just... Because it's exasperating to try and scare you fucking muggles. Because you're so beaten up and beaten down. I am, but I don't know. I was taught by Bob Frizzell that anything that has to do with fear, it ain't my energy. I don't generate fear, and if I feel fear, then somebody else's fear it is. And long term, these devils have somehow figured out electronically how to record the vibration of fear and beam it at people. R-I-F-E, rife frequencies. You can look that up, and that's the science of it. I don't know, like this hard time breathing, that is not me having a hard time breathing. That is remote neural monitoring fucking with my fucking face. And yeah, everything, the sinuses, everything can be and is fucked with. What was the question? Oh, can I win the Highlander game by doing spiritual inner work, such as what I've done? Well, old-fashioned people would say, well, are you like a meditation kind of person? Or what other spiritual techniques do you use to raise consciousness? Well, is the answer. Okay, so what else? Well, do you have like an active chart of all the people who are left in the Highlander game? Have you gone through 144,000 light workers? I don't know. Because if there's 144,000 light workers, then they're not in the Highlander game as individuals. If they're forced into the Highlander game, then they will work as a team. 144,000, because that's what just come. No one knows it, but I can't help you out. Brent Beast and the Devil just cut me off, and I'm being punished. It's 2022. Do you really think it's wise to reinstate slavery? Because that's what this is. And I can't help you out. Then why do you celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day in February if it's a meaningless holiday? Because we've got total slavery going on by electronic control of whoever it is that's got these stupid... No, they're not stupid. They're evil. They're not stupid machines. They're evil machines, and they are, well, they're very advanced. Advanced intelligence built them, obviously. And then all this with my face. I don't know, a million times. So, does it look like I've won the Highlander game by being me the way I am? No, it doesn't look like it. So the answer is, I can't win the Highlander game. Because I'm not talking to 144,000 light workers. I have no contact with any other light workers. No, I don't have telepathic contact with light workers. No. The only thing I hear is like Prime Disclosure on YouTube, Lori Ladd on YouTube, Phil Good on YouTube, Aaron Dowdy on YouTube, Victor Otto on YouTube, ODDO on YouTube, Magenta Pixie on YouTube, Daniel Scranton on YouTube, a lot of different tarot card readers. Most of the time we spend more time, well, because the devils, then they bedevil me, and they like all day listening to tarot card. They do, and I like it too. Because we don't fight. Well, they do. But it starts up, and then I make videos when we find some juicy nugget that just has to be outspoken. Well, that's how this all happens. The tarot card readers, you just go and type in on YouTube tarot card readers, and there's a bunch of them that they do tarot card reads. They're on all day long. Various readers do various things, and there's lots and lots of them. So, because it's what's going on. If you are a student of the Tao, DAO or TAO, taught originally in China, the Book of Changes, the I Ching. If you like that kind of stuff, well, I did look. If somebody wants to start one up, I haven't found anybody who's doing online I Ching all through the day, or even to find one for one a day. No, I can't do it because of demonic attack. The tarot card readers are often under demonic attack. Yeah, but there's, well, if somebody is good, because I don't have access. It's all blocked by the remote neural monitoring attack on me, including the physical attack is the mental attack. It's totally the Adjustment Bureau movie. And the Adjustment Bureau movie, but and then add in voice to skull, so your tormentors talk to you all the time. And they fuck around with your body. So it's the Adjustment Bureau plus is ramped way up. Anyways, this is them putting a horrible feeling in my skin that it's got shit in it. No, it doesn't feel like shit. It's more like just dirt. Just, like dirt that's blown from dusty dirt from the road and blown into your eye. Well, clearly there's no dusty dirt here. It's just a feeling that is put in by their high-tech way of getting into my head, so to speak. Dr. Evil Machine, and the other brand name is what? RLM. Does anybody know what RLM stands for? Remote Learning Module? Is what one of the devils, either I just said that. Is it true? Talk if I know. I don't know. I have no idea. Where do you buy it? Is it hidden somewhere at Wayfair? Well, as that was Wayfair, was where human smuggling was said to be going on. Because of outrageously high priced certain items in their catalog. Well, you bought a filing cabinet and it came with a little kid inside to do whatever you want, because it's an untraceable child. And you can torture it, kill it, fuck it, cook it up for supper, sell it to all your neighbors for hot loads. John Benet Ramsey, for example, somebody like that. We're all familiar, always seeing that kid in the newspaper, in the supermarket checkout aisle, in the National Enquirer and the Globe, and all those kind of tabloid newspapers. John Benet Ramsey kind of kids. I don't know. So we know that Google is an unbelievably evil company, and we know that Wayfair is an evil company. I don't know. We know that Pfizer is an evil company. because I already talked about that recently. Blah, 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 blah. And what else should I do? Well, can I win the Highlander game if there's 144,000 light workers? What about all the star seeds? What about all... I don't know. That's because I said this before. Because I do depend upon black congregations in gospel churches in America. Because they're good people. And Dylan Roof, the devil, went in and shot and murdered a whole pile of them. The white devil, Dylan Roof. I don't know. I just feel like they are God's people. Not God's chosen people, the people who are. I don't know. I'm not black, and I'm not a gospel person. But when I see those people and I feel those people are God's people. And this is phony baloney emotion put here by somebody trying to make this a Hollywood movie. Because it's not my emotion. Does it make it more realistic when it's third parties that are making me look like I'm tearing up? Does it evoke more emotion out of you when I'm artificially gifted with the Ed Muskie syndrome? Where I was running for president, and then they said that he teared up at something and showed us humanity, and then people would vote for him because he wasn't tough enough to be president. Anyways, that's not me showing emotion, because I don't use those emotions, because it's stupid. Anyways, but it is being done, just like this remote neural monitoring. It's 2022. How many more thousands of years on planet Earth are we going to be living, torturing people? I don't think that our civilization is going to survive this technology. I've got to rub my nose using a shirt, because if I use my hand with remote neural monitoring, they make this hand feel like a foreign thing, like a rapist. It comes right through. So if I put a towel or something in between that and the itchy thing, because it's all coordinated, computer controlled, high tech, trillions of dollars, blah 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 blah, the Pentagon. Because I told this story a million times, I'm sick of telling the story over and over. This story in the Bobby Bros technique for you letting go of your goddamn controlling ego. And I'm not going to do it again, because I've said it a million times. Because if you won't do it, then you're going to the lake of fire. And I can't believe that you would choose the lake of fire forever and ever and ever. I mean, I cannot imagine. It was only like, I don't know, a year of you having excruciating pain. Well, if it wasn't, I don't know, it's a horrific thing, but I'm still alive. I don't want to be alive and be tortured forever this way. This is not living. So if Donald Stamp was gifted with, well, they have legalized euthanasia for somebody, and he was declared Parkinson's. Well, did he have this bill? Did he have remote neural monitoring on him, simulating Parkinson's? And the doctor said you got Parkinson's? And he's got herky-jerky all over him, Bill? Are you feeling guilty that you didn't know that remote neural monitoring? We're getting some clicks that maybe there's some pangs of guilt, Bill. That your brother Donald took poison, lethal injection, because they convinced him that he had Parkinson's, a horrible, horrible disease it is. I've seen people with it. I looked after people at the old folks home that had that. Unbelievable, horrific. Could it be done? Yes, it could be done by remote neural monitoring, man-made Parkinson's. So let's just say it is, because it is, in my opinion. So Donald Stamp was murdered by remote neural monitoring terrorists. Bill Stamp. This came to us now. I never told you this before because it just fresh to Bob, and Bob doesn't talk. This is all channeled through. So there's no reason for you to feel guilty, Bill. Because, Mr. Garvey, it makes no difference. Because Donald Stamp is alive somewhere in some version of this consciousness. He's not dead. I'm talking about that Joel S. Goldsmith, American spiritual teacher, who has a lecture somewhere on YouTube about that exact topic. Well, I don't know, he talks about a lot of topics. It's not just specifically look for that one. I don't know. It was just what came up in my feed on my YouTube that day. The body just clicked on it. So yes, life after death. I don't say it does seem. Somebody's giving me a wrong fucking word. It's the devil's. It's real. And that's the most horrific thing for anybody who's logical and rational, to voluntarily subject themselves to forever and forever and forever and forever excruciating pain, not moving, dead, and being punished. How are you punished? You're punished because you had bad karma, because you did bad things over multiple lifetimes, perhaps. According to these karmic things, that's designed to be an enormous stick in the carrot and the stick scenario. If you're a stupid donkey, then the stick is, you stupid donkey. Do you really? Well, if I said to you, Daryl MacArthur, for example, would you voluntarily throw yourself into a wood chipper? A real one that just had a big wooden log of elm wood thrown into it and it came out as sawdust on the other end. Would you volunteer to throw yourself into the wood chipper, Daryl? Yes or no? Because when you say you refuse to raise your consciousness to 540, you agreed to be thrown into the wood chipper. You demand, in fact, from the universe to be thrown into the wood chipper. So you have got a major suicidal problem, Daryl MacArthur. You have got a major suicidal problem. You are suicidal, and everybody else who refuses to raise their consciousness to 540, which is required by universal law, it's unconditional love. You must become, in essence, an angelic kind of person. Daryl, you haven't answered the question. Anybody out there? Are you really serious that you want to be thrown into a wood chipper? All of you, gang stalkers. Well, we've asked Eid the Rat a number of times if he's so hell-sent bent on experiencing the lake of fire. We said go down to your local Menards and buy a hand cannon, a handgun. They got hand cannons, an enormous thing. I saw it in Menards in Duluth, I don't know, a million years ago. And I said, buy boxes of shells, and then you can play Russian roulette, or you can just go and blow your head off. Eat the Rat's a terrorist. No, I'm not interested in that. So it's a lack of faith in what goes around comes around. So, Darren MacArthur, do you believe that karma is real? Do you believe that that Justin Timberlake song, What Goes Around Comes Around, accurately portrays karma here in North America, present day? Yes or no? Simple questions. And if you give the wrong answers, then you're clearly suicidal and insane. And the book, A Course in Miracles, says that the human ego is insane. Period. And that's what we're talking about. Getting rid of the insane ego. The same story was told by spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle at the beginning of his book, The Power of Now. He was a basket case. He came out of East Germany and moved to Vancouver, and he had to spend a lot of time out sitting by himself on park benches. High anxiety. Off the chart, but he came from the Stasi secret police, East Germany. He has an accent. Could he be an actor? Well, it's a good story one way or another, but I've been to Germany. I've flown there because people in the remote neural monitoring torture the terrorists, they often want to go to these kind of, well, in the end they're bizarre, but sometimes they're more interesting than, I don't know. Anyways, anybody who says that they think it's a good idea to throw themselves into a wood chipper is joking. No, they're not. Suicidal people want to die. And they've heard of death by cop. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm not trying to think. I'm just waiting. There's a question here. Do I know anybody? It's completely blocked by remote neural monitoring. The question is, do I know anybody who killed themselves with a gun, for example? Offhand, no. The answer is no. Yes, but I was given to know that somebody who was a little bit more than a one-night stand, but it was a very, very good one-night stand. No strings, just a very nice. Well, I don't know, maybe a year and a half later or something. He's part of the gay community in Vancouver, and we were told he was dead before age 30. And we were told he overdosed on ecstasy pills. Do I think that you could Yes, I think you can overdose on ecstasy. I think you could have a heart attack on it. Even somebody as young as 28, I would say yes. So don't do ecstasy. Smoke weed. Smoke cigarettes. Don't drink booze. Don't eat meat. And drink coffee. And you can have sugar. And you can have aspartame. Spiritually. If you eat meat, then you are going to a lake of fucking fire. Period. There won't be any reincarnation cycles where you get to be, 28,000 chickens lifetimes. We're told that's what it used to be, but now we're at harvest time because we've reached over 200 on the scale of human consciousness, which was the big switch from being in the negative hell world of Earth of the past into the positive upward movement towards higher consciousness path of the whole planet, which happened in 1987, harmonic convergence, harmonic concordance. It was when people timed that time and did group meditations, is what we're told. Well, then you got to go to Law of One, information,
And there's various sources of that on YouTube or the internet or whatever. It's just that the Ascended Master, Sananda, was channeled through Jerry Lynch. How many years ago? I don't know. I used to go, I don't know. It was difficult. More than 10 years ago. I went regularly to get my education, my spiritual education, not just from there. All kinds of books, all kinds of different things I explored. But Sananda was available, and it's different than reading a bunch of books when Sananda is live there talking through the body of Jerry Lynch, the Ascended Master. Well, go look up Sananda, Sananda. And he said, it's harvest time. So it was a small group of people. I don't know. Usually it was like about 10 people. So harvest time is fully explained as time for mastery, according to Sananda. That is you going within yourself to get your answers, opposed to what people use in the low vibe tribe. They get their news by gossip and mainstream news, and they're driven by fear and ignorance and stupidity and laziness and chronic alcoholism and chronic giving away your power to others, chronically refusing to work on yourself and your character flaws. And I guess the character flaw right there is what? Laziness and stupidity, and beyond that is just simply, I don't know. If you're depressed, then what I'm saying, if you were depressed, this is not going to be helpful to depressed people, because I've had that remote neural monitoring induced depression. It's horrible. And will it make you suicidal? Yes. That's what they intend, to kill you. So anyways, the whole idea again and again is what? Well, then the whole idea of you going to the lake of fire for not hitting 540 has been exposed as I am tortured for 6 fucking years without a day off. So this is beyond serious. This is not just let's joke about it and we'll go out and get drunk again next weekend. Because I have serious human lack of being able to be human because I'm tortured within my own body. Apparently it's going to be forever. So you just can't blow this off. Anybody. You can't. Because it's the end of civilization. Because if they can turn it on me, they can turn it on all of you. And they already have you all in the system. The B666 computers, well, it was on the internet, I don't know, decades ago. Mind control. Worldwide mind control. And it's not the Twilight Zone. Elon Musk told you 42,000 satellites to be launched up there for, I don't know, Sky. Well, I don't need it because they've already got everybody already on this. So, I don't know, Daryl. Seriously. Because if you look at me and say, only a joker, you look at me and say, I can't perceive how you would ever even ask me that question, Bob. You're not being an authentic person to ask me seriously that question. Or something. But it's just that. Because if you say, fine, in words, Bob, just to placate your stupid fucking ego, I could be Daryl MacArthur talking to Bob. Bob, you stupid fuck-faced animal. Fine, I'll play your fucking game just one time. Just one time to say that yes, I went along with your narcissistic game, pointing at me, Bobby Bruce. And he's going to say, Bob, I am not insane. And no, I have no intention, and I never will have an intention to throw me, if I'm Daryl MacArthur, to throw me, Daryl MacArthur, into a goddamn running wood chipper. Whatever would bring you the idea that I'm so suicidal that I would throw myself in a wood chipper, Bob, is what Daryl would say to me if he wasn't suicidal. I don't know. Death by cop. Permanent death by karmic trap. The lake of fire. You just get so much bad karma and not have enough consciousness to burn it off. Jeffrey Dahmer. The Unabomber guy. Serial killers like the Zodiac Killer. Jack the Ripper. Genocidal nuts. Joseph Stalin. Hideki Tojo, military dictator of Imperial Japan, World War II. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre gangs, etc., etc. I don't know, Dale. Because you not raising your consciousness to 540 is exactly the same as throwing yourself into a wood chipper. And then going into Groundhog Day movie, where every day you wake up, it's not Bill Murray who wakes up in Groundhog Day every day, it's Daryl MacArthur. And every day, Daryl MacArthur gets up, and outside is a running wood chipper. And within a very short time, 10 minutes, Daryl MacArthur is thrown into a wood chipper. The whole body, out goes a big flash of blood and guts out the other end of the wood chipper. And then you respawn in the game. And there you are again. But how does that Groundhog Day, is it like it's Sonny and Cher or something? Okay, so that happens to you, Sonny and Cher. And there you are again. And then 10 minutes later, it is unbelievable. Well, what a horror that must, can you imagine how painful that is? Responding over and over, spawn, back into, Jumanji 3 or whatever that video game upload is. And every time you spawn back in there, 10 minutes later, you have the excruciating pain of going through the wood chipper scenario again and again and again. Forever! Forever! No exit! I don't know, unlike the Bill Murray movie, it's not in the cards for you ever to escape this karmic trap. If I painted you the most horrific scenario, this is the reality, folks. For me, because I'm a tortured person and I'm a spiritual student, and well, you can look back. I do so many videos a day. Why do you want to be an unloving, hating hater? Anyone? Because in kindergarten you were all taught to love one another, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't clear that that's what that was about. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I am tortured for 6 fucking years. Every day, all day. So that is the proof that this is serious. The attack by the demonic people who've got this electronic stuff. And once they found out that there's other kinds of ways of torturing people,
If they're an alcoholic, do you think they're going to care what your calibrated level of consciousness is if they've been given a Dr. Evil machine to play with? And it's preloaded with whatever your name is, dear viewer, right now. Because that's what this is always about. It's like, okay, well, it's bad for you, Bob. But what makes you think somehow that this isn't going to be used on all of you people watching me? Because you're all in a physical human body, the same as me. So what makes you think that your body is immune to electronic attack? I don't know what else to tell you. Because again, that's 45 minutes, and who wanted to watch 45 minutes for me to again tell you? It's so easy to raise your consciousness. This is how easy it is. Go lie down. Lie down on your couch or on your bed. Close your eyes, and nap or not, whatever you do. And when you wake up, it takes a little bit of time to come back to your body, at least for me, it seems like. And I don't force my eyes open. I just wait. And I just sort of feel like the body is like, I don't know, maybe different parts of my body, I don't know. My spirit are off, I don't know. I don't feel them coming back from anywhere. It's just like, I don't know. It just does feel like they're kind of just coming back, though. And once enough of it comes back, then without me doing anything, when it comes to that point, then the body's eyes just pop open. So I'm not forcing my eyes open, because that's the whole point of this Bobby Bros technique. You simply are aware of all the things that go on about your body. Okay, now I've got an itchy nose. Now, if you think, oh my god, I can't stand it, I've got to move the itchy nose, I am refraining from moving my bones to itch my nose. But that was herky-jerky by an evil emperor. And now what's happening is like, oh, this herky-jerky, so then maybe what I'm going to do is just say, fuck whatever this demonic thing is, and I've got an itchy nose, so I just directed my arm to go there, and then the body knows that that's what I'm on board with, us itching the nose. So I'm supporting the body as an angelic. I'm still here. I'm letting the body lead. I'm not really following. I'm just seeing, is there assistance that is required because the body is under so much demonic attack? Now this is me. I've done other videos where you do this with peeing. So, you wake up. Because when I'm under demonic attack, that's just the way it is. But if maybe you fell asleep and you wake up and then you got to go pee. Relax the body and do not respond to what you feel like is the bladder wants you to get the body up and go walk down the hall and pee. Instead, you wait. And I can't do it when I'm under demonic attack, but other videos of mine, when I wasn't under demonic attack, I would be able to demonstrate this, because that's shaking is the moving my arm. So anyways, you can look for some of the other videos that I've done on the snooze bar technique, because what it is you just refrain from that indication that your bladder is full and you need to pee. You don't move the body. Now, if the body feels, well, you just give it as much time to figure out that you're not going to interfere with it, and then you want the muscle memory of the body to do it. And it might take you lying in bed on Saturday morning. You wake up at 6, and maybe by 11 o'clock you finally see the miracle of miracles. You see, without your conscious forcing the body to get up and go pee, the body on its own, with its own muscle memory, gets up without you controlling it. And it can walk perfectly, and it does walk down the hall, and it goes pee without you. It's the biggest miracle of your life when you realize that you don't have to control the body. It can do it itself. And that's the Matt Kahn lecture on YouTube. stopping the internal conflict. And then you just get in the habit of not controlling the body. So maybe just relaxing the body, giving the signal, okay, if I'm gonna do anything for you, it's simply, when you relax the body, what you just said, the body, relax the muscles. Don't contract them, relax them. And you're lying here. And that's about as far as you go as mental commands to the body, is simply relax, relax, relax. And then you do that. And then you find out that the body can do that. And then you can go for long periods of time where you're refraining from telling the body what to do. And then the body does what it does under its own guidance system. And you're going to say, what about my work? Well, this one's where it gets interesting. Because if there's no demonic attack on your body should be run by your soul, which is higher consciousness. And higher consciousness will take control also of what you have to say to other people. And you may well find that your body quits your job. And maybe doesn't even divorce your partner, simply gets in the car and goes for a drive, and the next thing you know, instead of Daryl, you living in Thunder Bay, your body has driven you to, I don't know, a completely different city. I'm not going to name one, because maybe you got your passport in your car. Maybe you get to the border. It happened to me one time before I did this release thing, because I did muscle testing, and the muscle testing, you head for the border, and I was like, I don't have my passport. And muscle testing said, go to the border. I was in Manitoba. And I was muscle testing because I was doing all of this stuff for the spirit. And muscle testing was how I knew where to go, right or left at every stop sign. I didn't have a destination in mind, really. I was heading east, so I was going from Vancouver to Whistler. I was living in Whistler, going to Thunder Bay. And in Manitoba, I did a bunch of stuff based upon what the spirit told me to do, going right left here. And I did find Phil's Party Palace. I would say east of Marchand, Manitoba, somewhere east of there in Manitoba, there's Phil's Party Palace. It's a pink elephant themed building in the middle of nowhere, but I think it's quite similar to Willard's in Florida. Willard's Bar in the middle of nowhere. It's just an incredibly awesome place. Maybe it's like Field of Dreams in Nebraska. Okay. Anyway, so well, yeah, is you just keep, then you become more and more just watching what the body do. And if the body decides to take you to another city, then I guess you're going to take a new start there. So don't freak out, because that might happen even without you doing active spiritual work to let go. Because don't assume that you're in control right now when you think you're telling the body to get up. It may just be you being fooled thinking that you're in control. Well, what about people that do evil? Higher consciousness doesn't do evil. Ego does evil. In the meantime, don't sit on your laurels. Try this technique out, because the most amazing thing, like I said, is maybe for me it was the first time ever, my body did it all without me. And that's the mat con technique in practice. And I couldn't get the words out because that's remote neuromonitoring, demonic, electronic harassment attack. So even though I'm under this unbelievable stuff, I'm still able to give people my creative output to uplift you on the scale of human consciousness. Don't forget, if you want more up-to-date stuff, Prime Disclosure on YouTube.
Every day gives you an update from a whole pile of different spiritual people who are all about manifesting fifth dimensional Earth here in what used to be third dimensional Earth. And then there's, well, anyways, there's other dimensions apparently that are, I don't know, just go to 5D and not worry about all this other shit.